Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Razer keyboard.
Starting at number 5.
Razer BlackWidow V4. The Razer BlackWidow V4 75% is not only a rare smaller form factor Razer keyboard, but it's also the first to offer hot swappable switches. That means you can easily unplug the stock Razer clickers that come installed for a different sound or feel, or replace them when they're worn through. The actual deck looks and feels like a miniature BlackWidow V4, with its LED light strip around the edge, though not the included wrist rest, wedge shape, and matte black finish. Not only that, but inside you'll find a full gasket mount design with additional tape modding for a better sound and feel to each key press. Under the hood, 8K polling means everything runs super snappy, though only the speediest of players will be making use of this particular feature. The layout itself means you've still got space for those all-important arrow keys, a set of dedicated buttons that 60% options remap as an additional function layer to other keys, as well as media playback. Like in the full-sized release, we did notice that those media keys are particularly difficult to see.
Coming at number 4.
Razer Huntsman Mini. Don't let the size of the Razer Huntsman Mini analog fool you, it's every bit the equal of its full-size counterparts. That's because it also features the same excellent analog optical switches for adjustable and variable actuation and dual-step macro mapping as the full-sized Razer Huntsman V2 above. It's a delight for typing and as speedy as you would expect from the esports-focused design, but its main benefits lie in that customization. You're able to set your own actuation point here, which means you can opt for a more sensitive 1.5mm to a heavier 3.6mm. That means you're sorted whether you rely on the tap of a twitch reflex or prefer a more satisfying press to your keys. In our testing, we found the perfect sweet spot somewhere in between these points, but a lighter touch came in particularly handy during high-octane Apex Legends moments.
At number 3.
Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro. There's no doubt about it, wireless gaming keyboards are pricey. That means you'll want to make sure you're getting a good amount of luxury in your deck, especially if you're spending over $200/£200. Thankfully, the Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro has bags of premium features packed in, all with a durable build quality and some nice to-haves in the spec sheet as well. Not only are you getting one of the nicest media wheels we've ever laid hands on with a full deck of premium Razer switches and all the chroma you can expect from the snakes, but there's a solid wireless performance here as well. Whether plugged in or tether-free, we were impressed by the speeds on offer here. Gone are the days where wireless decks lag behind their cabled counterparts. The Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro absolutely flies. You've got a choice between 2.4 GHz and a Bluetooth connection here, but we'd recommend sticking with the 2.4 GHz dongle for the best response times. Bluetooth wasn't exactly a trudge, but things are certainly zippier when directly communicating with that USB attachment.
Number 2 of my list.
Razer Cynosa V2. The Razer Cynosa V2 manages to feel great under your hands without breaking the bank, which isn't an easy find in the world of Razer keyboards. Not only is it one of the brand's best decks for value for money, but it's one of the cheapest models worth running on the whole market as well. While it holds an MSRP of $59.99/£59.99, we actually see this model well under $50/£50 regularly. While these rubber dome switches are a little cheaper by nature, the Cynosa manages to implement them in a way that still feels tactile and responsive. Plus, you're keeping that quiet typing experience of a non-mechanical deck as well. It should be said, though, that in our testing we did come across a few squeaky keys. While no means a deal-breaker, and certainly not a constant sound, the odd ting noise could become irritating if they build up over time. We were still flying across the board with excellent actuation speed and response, which is more than can be said for the majority of budget gaming keyboards. Not only that, but you're also getting dedicated media controls and a full set of RGB LEDs as well.
And number 1.
Razer BlackWidow V4. Boasting 8 macro buttons, 5 up the left of the main deck and an additional 3 tucked away on the side of the chassis, the Razer BlackWidow V4 Pro is a command center of a keyboard. That's true of its programmability and extra control features, but also of its sheer size. This is a full gaming keyboard and then some, squeezing onto our average-sized desk with barely any room for a laptop down the side and a mouse swing. That means it's not going to be the best option for anyone with less space to work with, but it's certainly the best Razer keyboard for macro heads. There's plenty of room for customization in here, though we did feel the command dial, located above the 5 main macro buttons, was a little underutilized. It's certainly packing even more macro functionality into the deck, with space for 100 different modes, toggled via a click. The options available in Synapse are limited. Where you might want to sit down and spend some time assigning in-game actions, the location of the dial is a little too far away from the main deck to truly be useful.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.